Hey everybody, welcome back for a brand new spoiler-filled video about that show that's ending soon but is leaving a whole universe behind, The Walking Dead. Warning, beyond this point, there are major spoilers for people who are not up to date in The Walking Dead TV series and comics, and even for those of you who are, as these spoilers are for the next episode which hasn't even aired yet. In this video, we're going to give you our Rampage recap of the many spoilers that have allegedly leaked this week from multiple sources and give you our best guess as to which story details you can trust and which ones are total bullshit. Be prepared, people, there will be lots of violence and some character deaths.
Rampage.
The first spoilers we want to go over come from what we believe is the most reliable source, the amcwalkNGdead Instagram account. So far this season they haven't been wrong yet, and we believe what we're about to reveal from the recent post is completely accurate. This time around, the account gave a set of spoilers that were non-specific, which lets us do a whole lot of guessing but still gives away some key plot points. The first spoiler we want to talk about is this one. Two characters with similar beliefs share a lethal exchange. The use of the word belief seems to be a dead giveaway for the inevitable showdown between Father Gabe and the Reaper's preacher, which we saw the possible beginning of in the first season 11B sneak peek. The next spoiler we will look at is this. One character makes a proposal that not everyone is able to get on board with. We believe this refers to DARYL trying to convince Leah for the groups to call a truce, but Leah isn't having it. What do you think? Could this be talking about Eugene and Team Commonwealth? Or Maggie and Negan? Anything is possible. Now let's talk about a pretty straightforward spoiler. A group fights for their lives as walkers continue to invade. We believe this one is talking about Alexandria, but it could also be the fight at the Meridian depending on how you look at it. The next one is possibly connected to the last one. One character saves two but finds themselves in a dangerous situation. This pretty obviously seems to be Aaron saving the two kids and then fighting walkers in the flooding basement. What do you think? Could they be talking about Negan saving Maggie and DARYL? The following spoiler is a lot less straightforward. During a vigorous fight scene, one character gains the upper hand over multiple people. This one is really tough to say. This could be Maggie, Leah, Negan, someone over at the Commonwealth. Just too many possibilities, people. If we had to guess, we'd say this is talking about Maggie and the Reapers, but again, it's impossible to know for sure. Following that one, let's talk about one that seems a little clearer. After a season of conflict, two characters share a tense moment, resulting in a big decision being made. This seems pretty obviously to be Maggie and Negan, but they also could mean DARYL and Leah. Although DARYL had Leah fooled for most of the season, so the wording doesn't seem to fit. What big decision do you think could be made? We're going to talk about that a little more soon. This next one seems to signify a death, but not necessarily. One character's unknown fate is revealed.
Better be here when we get back.
Better come back.
It's pretty obvious they're talking about Alden here. The wording sounds ominous, as if Alden is definitely dead. We'll cover that more in the spoilers from other sources later. After that, we have another spoiler that sounds like an imminent death. One character seals the fate of another by making a questionable choice. Who could be making that choice? Could this be talking about this shot, where Maggie shoots at someone, or is this talking about Eugene and the Commonwealth? Negan also makes some questionable choices, but if we had to choose, we'd say Leah. Leah chooses not to make a truce and gets some of her people killed. Who do you think makes this choice? Let's lay off the heavy stuff and talk about a pleasant-sounding spoiler. Two characters have a long-awaited and heartwarming reunion. This has got to be DARYL and Connie. We'll talk about that one in a little bit, but who else could it be? Maybe Carol and Ezekiel, but they aren't really on heartwarming terms anymore. The second to last spoiler sets up the future of Season 11B in our eyes. A community accompanied by a familiar face makes an offer that will impact the group's lives. This one also seems fairly obvious. They mean Eugene bringing the Commonwealth to Alexandria, which we know definitely happens. We've also seen set pics floating around that show Alexandria is now an outpost of the Commonwealth, so it seems the entire settlement accepts their offer. Finally, the last in this first batch of non-specific spoilers, an unexpected flash forward shows two close friends on the opposite sides of conflict. We already know from episode 1110's description that there will be a short time jump and that the Alexandrians are headed to the Commonwealth. What we don't know is which friends will end up in a conflict. What conflict? We believe this refers to Magna and Yumiko, but it could mean any number of friend combinations. Eugene and Rosita, Carol and DARYL, Gabriel and Aaron, or so many others. What do you think? What kind of conflict is brewing in the Commonwealth? The next spoiler also came from the same account, but this time they blessed us with some very specific details. We aren't going to recap these spoilers word for word, we're just going to give you our take on the scene. The spoiler starts with Team Maggie and DARYL returning to Alexandria with food for the community. DARYL has hugs with lots of characters including Judith and RJ. Maggie and Herschel have a moment along with Father Gabriel with Rosita and baby Coco. DARYL takes a bushel of apples like an apocalyptic Johnny Appleseed and gives fruit to anyone that wants some, until he runs into Connie. DARYL is really surprised she's alive and gives her the most love. Carol seems happy by this, but tough to tell just from what we've read. Dog gets in there for some love as well, while the whole time DARYL and Connie seem wrapped up in each other. The scene ends with them in a cute moment, and we really wonder if this is the start of Daryl and Connie having a full-blown romantic relationship. All those Donnie shippers out there are going to be so excited if this one is true. What do you think? Will Daryl and Connie tie the knot, or just stay close friends? Next, we're going to talk about a set of really juicy spoilers that came in from the Walking Dead Universes / All Zombie group on Facebook. There's no source listed here, so take these with a grain of salt, but for what it's worth, these spoilers sound plausible. The first one is about the fight at the Meridian. Maggie and the group escape through the woods. The next day, Daryl tries to negotiate with Leah on a walkie-talkie, but she ain't having it. Finally, it says the group sneaks back into the Meridian. Since they need the food, this makes sense. The next spoiler tells us Maggie and Negan get attacked by Reapers, including Daryl's Reaper bestie, who we now know is named Carver. Apparently, Negan roughs Carver up and takes him as a prisoner. It says Daryl has an intense fight, which matches these shots in the Season 11B trailer. The way they put it makes it sound like Daryl kills his foe, but no way to know until we see it play out on the screen. Daryl takes Carver to negotiate with Leah at the Meridian, which isn't much of a secret, and big surprise, Leah won't negotiate. Why don't they make her character more reasonable? The next spoiler is the shortest but most powerful. Maggie finds Alden dead, hanging at the Meridian. As this shot shows Maggie shooting someone in front of a hanging body, this spoiler seems right on the money. We do want to point out that the last time we did see Alden, however, he did not have fingerless gloves on, so nothing is set in stone. On the flip side, the spoiler does fit with the non-specific spoilers we covered earlier. What do you think? Is Alden out for the count? The final spoiler from this batch promises us a whole bunch of bloodshed. The spoiler says that Maggie kills the rest of the Reapers that are with Leah. The ironic part of this is that she carves up Carver with his own axe. The spoiler doesn't say what happens to Leah, but we really think she ends up dead. The final line says the group fills up crates of fruits and veggies before leaving. This all seems to fit with the spoiler we covered from our very reliable source earlier, but again, we just don't know how legit these are yet. What do you think? Is Maggie going to finish off the Reapers? Is she realizing Negan's choice to kill people from her group all those years ago wasn't so black and white? There were some spoilers on Reddit that have since been deleted, but as they seemed a bit far-fetched, we're not going to cover them. Finally, we're going to cover one last set of spoilers from an unknown source that was posted to the We Are TWD fan site that were also later deleted because they lacked a source. Usually spoilers on this site are reliable for the most part, so we will cover them here. But remember, the only ones so far posted by someone with a proven track record are the first set we covered. Anything beyond those could be right, wrong, or somewhere in between. We won't repeat information already speculated on, but the first big piece of news in these spoilers is that in Team Alexandria, somebody dies, and that someone appears to be Diane. This shot here shows Diane in the woods, so the timing doesn't seem right, but it's tough to say. What do you think? After so many years as a loyal redshirt, is Diane's number finally up? An interesting detail that corroborates the spoiler of Maggie killing a bunch of Reapers is that she does it with Elijah's gun. Since when does he have a gun? We're curious to see how that plays out. This set of spoilers claims that Leah dies. We do think she's going to die soon, but will it be this episode, or will Daryl keep her as a prisoner? This spoiler says that Maggie shoots Leah in the chest and then kills Walker Leah again with Elijah's gun. Where is Elijah during all of this? The rest of these spoilers match everything above, but obviously some troll could have been creating these based off of the true spoilers just to meme on us. What do you think? Will we see all of the deaths and all of the spoilers in episode 9? Which spoilers are true? Are they all true, or are none of them true? So many questions, people. All we know for sure is that we just want to see lots of shots of Dog being a badass. Thanks so much for watching our videos, everyone. As always, we're on the lookout for any new leaked spoilers or insider info to help prove or disprove all those rumors out there about our favorite show that sometimes will kill a character twice, The Walking Dead. Please let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Binge Rampage. Click the notifications bell for our channel so you can see our next video as soon as it comes out, and don't forget to subscribe.
I love you. Maggie, I love you. I should have said a long time ago, and it's been true for a long time. We're gonna be all right, okay? We'll be all right.